How's the
testing.
weather today?
It was good, man. I mean, like it's not gloomy, so it's not Batman Gotham City like, but but it's not hot, so that's a good thing because California is getting hotter usually during right now during spring. It feels like
Oh, okay.
summer already. Let's see. I think we got the audio. Yes. So okay, we're good, bro. So
Okay, we're rocking.
how's it going? Anything new?
Good, man. How you doing?
Not bad, not bad. Now, before we get to WrestleMania, brother, I gotta talk about this, dude. Gotham, everybody knows this video will contain spoilers, but Gotham pissed me off, man. That episode was just like, really, really. I remember when Fish Mooney died. Remember when Fish Mooney died, and then remember when Penguin died. Remember when Butch died. I don't know what is up with that show, man. That
I
show is
think every character has died and came back. This
You're
show should be
right.
called The Walking Dead.
And remember Alfred, he also got stabbed, right?
Oh
By Bruce
yeah, he
Wayne.
did
Yeah,
a brutal stabbing too.
by Bruce Wayne. And he came back. Oh my god, dude. This show is it had its moments, the episode. I love Joker-esque Jerome. But man, the way they ended it with that twin brother, that's why I left that long comment on your Stardust. I was like, dude, they should just trim down every show that does 13 episodes. Don't you agree?
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, it's like they're all in the creative writing room together. They're like, yeah, we got spaghetti. Let's just throw this on the wall and see what sticks. It's terrible. It's so like I love Gotham, but like when you get like I mean I love Batman. I just love the whole story of the Gotham universe.
Of
And
course.
but when yeah, it's like a whole bunch of grade 5 or grade 6 kids got together and they're working on a school project. Let's write episode 20 of season 4.
It's like and they're like this. They're like, let's do this. Oh, we already did that. Okay, like that. It was like, it was like, oh, we
Exactly.
did that in episode 18. Oh, now what are we now? 20 episode 27. Oh, damn it. I'm sure they're frustrated just as much as we are. Give me a second here, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
I forgot to install the lighting because it's so dark in here.
Do you have a special light?
What was that?
Do you have a special light for when you
Uh,
do the recording?
just a desk light. Just a desk light. There you go. Because it's gonna be sundown soon. Well, not anytime soon, but soon enough. So, bro, it's funny how everybody's like on my ass about Chappaquiddick. It seems like I'm the only one who hates that movie. Everybody's like, everybody's liking it. At least everybody, meaning online, and some of the comments that we received on my video. And I got this one comment earlier today too. Oh, what is that?
That's me. That's the laundry.
That sounds like a razor for hair. Um, but one commenter asked, so what is it exactly that you don't like about it? So I'll make a video probably later this week called "Responding to Your YouTube Comments." Um, but I think just to make it clear for you and everybody, it's like when it comes to historical biopics like that, it's got to be more than just recreating the scenes. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's got to be
Hmm.
more just like, okay, we're gonna make a movie about JFK getting shot in Dallas. Okay, that's good. Have the Lee Harvey Oswald up at the top and the car passing by. But there's got to be more to it. If it's already something that we already know, and it's just. But anyway, I don't know if you're gonna be able to watch the movie anytime soon. Are they showing it there, Chappaquiddick?
They are. No, this is actually a good topic because as a Canadian here, I love those types of movies.
Yeah.
Anything about the presidents. I love American politics.
Yes.
And so when I saw Chappaquiddick, I'm like, okay, I'm going to see this. And I added it to my watch list. So then I saw your reviews, and I'm like, is it going to be those like lame made for TV, like no substance, just recreating scenes, like you said. And then I saw the comments, and it's fresh. It's also fresh on Rotten
Yeah,
Tomatoes.
yeah, everybody's loving it.
They're loving it, but today I just took it out of my watch list. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Are these people like are they being paid by the producers of Chappaquiddick and like going like, oh, let's get to Rama and tell them that this movie's good. I don't know.
And the thing is, they also tackled this is something that I already know. I don't know everybody else. That's why I said in the review, because he's like the remaining brother.
Yeah.
Bobby and John, obviously got assassinated, both of them. So they tackle his daddy issue. He's trying to make his daddy proud because he's the last person.
Yeah.
And Joe Kennedy is known to be very I don't want to use the word abusive, but it's like, dude, you got to be the president, to his sons. You got to be bigger. So that's what they're trying to tackle as far as the themes go. I was like, okay, I kind of already know that. What's to expect more. And also, I don't know if you've seen the movie The Iron Lady with Meryl Streep.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's one of those movies where they push the performances, or like testing the water to see if the lead actor or actress would get awards, attention in the award season. As far as the film itself, The Iron Lady bored me to death.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that one. Not a good one.
Not a good one. So anyway, I'll address that in my. There's another comment also that's funny that I'm going to share on that video. One of them says, "You fucking suck at unboxing." I have a nice response for that. So anyway,
That's a good topic though, trolls.
Yes,
we'll talk about that after. I want to get your take on that.
It's like having like Jimmy Kimmel's mean tweets.
Yeah.
Okay, let's tackle WrestleMania before I laugh myself to death here. First of all, freaking 7 hours. What the?
Yeah, 7 hours. That's like 2 Super Bowls, man. 2 Super Bowls. That's 2 Titanics.
Was this? I mean, did this go down as the longest WrestleMania? Or I don't know if you've read anything or what.
Yeah, it is because 5 to 7 is the pre-show, and everyone watched the pre-show. You had 3 matches in the pre-show. You had both battle royals. You had the cruiserweight match.
That's true.
And everybody at the stadium was there. And then the show started at 7, but it wasn't until 11. It was until midnight. So yeah, that's a lot of wrestling. That's like a work day. It's a work day.
I think they should trim it down. I don't think every like they could have taken down. I don't know. They could have taken out the Nakamura Styles match. I don't know if you agree with that. There's
definitely not.
No, okay. Okay, which wrestling match of all the matches, 7-hour matches, that you would have kind of taken out or like removed to trim down the runtime?
So probably the tag team matches for sure. Yeah, the tag team matches because they didn't do anything for me. Especially the Braun Strowman. Did you see Braun Strowman?
Yeah,
child?
Yeah, with the child. Yeah.
I'm still wrapping my head around that. I mean, that could have been trimmed. They had the triple threat tag match. That's a really good match. Those tag teams. But in order for them to showcase their talents, they're going to need about 25 minutes of in-ring time, right?
Yeah.
So they can't do it a quick 7-minute match. It's going to be forgetting. We're gonna have to waste another 30 minutes on a video package and all that. So those matches I could have done without.
Well, what about the? I mentioned this in my video. As excited as it is watching Undertaker come back, it's like that whole thing was a time waster. I don't know if you agree with that. Especially, what's the guy's name with the guitar?
Elias. Yeah. I
was like, what the hell is this? It's like, this is wasting time.
It was wasting time. It was disappointing. It's back then they were 3 hours and they were events to remember and you could go back to it.
Yes.
But now 7 hours.
Damn.
Dude.
I mean, I would have understood if John Cena was promoting blockers or some sort, but John Cena could have taken a break. He didn't have to do that. He's like, you're a movie star. Be a movie star for now.
It's true. It's true, and he's so good though. He that leads. We'll talk about blockers after, but
Yeah.
another one that I liked the main event. Did you watch the main event? That was just
Oh,
everyone hated that.
I hated that too. It was
It was
wait,
bad. It was bad.
it was. But you seem to at least respect Roman Reigns. Getting bloodied, right? I mean, I saw your tweet. At least you.
Yeah, and I saw yours about he looked like Carrie, all bloodied up. It like in the Descent
Yeah.
too. I saw your review about Lost in Space about Neil Marshall, but it looked like that. It was cool. I like seeing that. I like seeing all the blood and stuff.
Well, here's the thing, though. First of all, it went by too fast, right? And I don't know if you agree with this, but he barely put up a fight, Roman Reigns. When there was like,
No,
yeah.
he got knocked the fuck out. He
Well,
was
there was like a moment where he was making a comeback. Like he was like, "Oh, that's it. That's all you had.
yeah.
That's all
He
you
looked
had."
like a rag doll actually.
What was that? I'm sorry.
He looked like a rag doll.
Ah, and fucking Brock Lesnar's chicken legs. It was.
The pure chicken legs, and then it's funny. You see guys like at the gym like that too. You see them go, yeah, you know, and then you look at the legs, and they're like, oh, they look like crutches, you know. They look like chopsticks.
He needs to work on his calves. Just want to throw it out there. He needs to work on his
Trust
calves.
me, don't skip leg day, bro.
Now I do remember we talked last time. I had my reservation about Ronda Rousey.
Yep.
That match did not disappoint me. That was
No.
pretty fun. Yeah, I thought. And I mentioned this in the video. I don't know if you caught that. There was one split second when she kind of lost Stephanie McMahon's arm. You could tell that she didn't follow the move correctly, the choreography,
Hmm.
but that was just like one beat.
Yeah.
The rest was pretty cool.
She rebounded big time. She did well. Yeah, the whole every second of the match, I didn't take my eyes off. I didn't check my phone because sometimes wrestling is so long, you'll check your phone, check Twitter. With this one, no, I was like glued to the edge of the seat just watching it, and I like that. I like that. Ronda's gonna do good. She's gonna do good.
Yeah, she needs to sharpen her timing. She needs to sharpen her
Yeah,
timing. I think, right? I think because like it's a choreography. It's a performance art. So you gotta make sure you and your opponent or partner knows or talked it out beforehand. Are you gonna do this, and make sure it's like it's synced, yeah, in harmony, right?
exactly. Yeah, because she's coming from a world where your intent is to break somebody's arm, where in WWE your intent is to be safe. You can't hurt the other person. And
Yes.
they're very strict about that. Even Nia Jax, she's not really experienced, and she's a wrestler that it'd be scary to work with because she can miss those spots that
Yeah.
could cause an injury. So guys like Cena, those guys work very well.
Yeah.
They're safe, they're clean cut and everything with their moves. So wrestling is an art.
Yes. Yes, brother. Well, I gotta ask, like freaking Triple H. I mean, I try to look it up on Google, like how much does he weigh? Because when she lifts him up like that, I was like, a part of me kind of feels worried for having hernia or, or some sort of a back problem after that. I'm like, dude, that guy must have weighed a ton, dude, right? I mean, like, I don't know if I could lift Triple H up like that, unless,
I think what would you think I'd be say maybe 260, 250, but he's lean now.
yeah, and it's pure muscles too, you know.
He is pure muscle. I liked it when he Triple H like very underrated. Triple H is amazing, in ring performer and on the mic. I liked it when Ronda was going and Triple H was like just taking it. That was classic Triple H, just selling it so perfect. Even Stephanie was good too.
Oh my God, Stephanie is so fucking hot.
Oh
I
yeah,
have the hugest crush on Stephanie. That's
yeah,
another topic for another time.
for sure.
Now, I love also Stephanie's brother, man. I know a lot of people don't give Shane McMahon enough credit, but man, uh, next to Hardy Boys, Shane is the other one that can fly. The flying Shane McMahon. He goes from one side of the ring to the other, and then goes
Yeah.
from the top of the cage, and go all the way down. It's like, dude, that guy puts himself out all himself out on the line for the
He
sport.
does.
Yeah, for the art.
And that's why I always respect him. A lot of people knock on him just because of his in-ring work. It's not authentic. A lot of his stuff is comes scripted when he's
Ah,
on the mic. But he's the boss's son, and he throws himself out there. He's not just some douchebag son,
yeah.
sniffing coke and wasting daddy's money like Colin Farrell's character, horrible bosses. He's not like that. He's actually performing. He's going coast to coast. So props to Shane McMahon.
Yeah, I was watching it and I was wondering to myself, like, if my dad was Vince McMahon, would I follow in his footsteps? The fact that Stephanie and Shane actually both of them, want to be wrestlers too. I was like, that's something I could respect.
Oh, for
Like, yeah.
sure,
A lot of people are like,
definitely,
no, no, that's my dad's world. I'm my own person. It's like, no, but they love it. That's all matters. Uh,
exactly. They live and breathe it and everything.
I was actually vouching for Asuka to win.
Yeah,
Asuka, yeah,
Oscar.
Ashka. I'm sorry, I keep
Oh,
mispronouncing it.
Ashka, I like that.
Ashka, yeah, but I know everybody's like Ric Flair's daughter, so so you got to respect what's her name, Charlotte, the Queen. So I was like, okay, fine, she won.
I love Charlotte,
Yeah.
but Asuka, I did want to see her win though. The streak, it meant something. It was so. I remember. I don't know if you remember Bill Goldberg's streak back in the day,
Yes.
WCW, and that was huge. The talk would be, "Oh, the streak," and now that it's over, and it sucked because the SmackDown after there was no mention of beating the streak. Charlotte cut a promo and she was like, "Oh, our match was magical," but she didn't brag about beating the streak. Like, oh, that's huge. You beat the streak. You beat the fucking
Dang.
streak. Gloat, you know.
Oh, let me fix the output real quick here. Testing, testing. My check, my check. Can you,
One,
can
two,
you...
three. One, two, three.
Oh, there you go, there you go.
There we
This is
go.
much better. So it's not hitting the red line. Now that's a nice segue because you mentioned Goldberg.
Yeah.
As I love the fact that he got inducted this year, and I was surprised to see Dudley Boyce got inducted. I don't know, was that part of the plan? I was like, whoa, I didn't know that. Um,
Yeah. They were put. They're wrestling in Ring of Honor actually in another promotion,
oh, okay. Now,
but they're expected to.
what happened to have the Hardy Boys been inducted yet?
Not yet. So they're still active. In time, give it a few years or so, they'll definitely be inducted.
I miss those guys. I really miss those guys, man. Uh, Stone Cold been inducted, bro, right? My favorite wrestler now.
I'm pretty sure he has. I took a break from wrestling from
Okay.
like '08 to 14, so I think I'm pretty sure he would be.
Oh my god. If he gets inducted, I would buy the ticket and go there, fly there, whatever stadium that is. So overall, man, I thought it wasn't disappointing, but it wasn't all that great. It's like we talked earlier, they could have been trimmed it down to like 4 hours. I could have handled 4 hours.
Hmm.
Um, and it's interesting that Dwayne Johnson only shows up for that one small movie instead of Rampage. That was another note as well. Fighting with my
Oh
family.
yeah, that
Yeah.
looked funny though. Yeah, I was laughing, and that was a good one.
But those are my thoughts. What's your thoughts, bro? Overall,
So with everything overall, they need more. They need better writers. But actually, about that, so
that's
the
true.
Oscars, very long event. WrestleMania, long events. Are
Yes.
long events hurting these companies? And I think they are the Oscars. Like, I'm sorry to say, the Oscars suck, man.
Yeah.
They're not what they were before. They're way too long. They drag out, and it's too much fluff.
Yeah, and the ratings I think went lower again this year. I gotta double check that because people just tuned out, and then there's The Walking Dead, happening at the same time.
Exactly.
So I think, what about this? How about cutting the categories in half? So maybe because they have governors awards, for lifetime achievements, kind of. I don't know if you know that. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe they could have something like that for the the categories that are not the Big 10 or the Big Five. What do you think?
Yeah, like that they should do that on the Saturday or something on the
Yes,
night before, and maybe they could put a special on the E Network,
yes,
sort of like WWE how they had their Hall of Fame ceremony, then they had the event after,
yes,
and, and keep the Oscar telecast as the top ones that people care about. You
yes.
know,
I
they don't
agree.
have yeah. So it's so much like these categories. Don't get me wrong, I'm a movie lover, but my people, my friends don't share the same love. They don't give it. They could care a frog's fat ass about a certain best foreign language film. I'm sorry, no disrespect to foreign language
Yeah,
films,
yeah, I
but
got you.
care about that. We just want to keep it to the best ones, to the good things,
Yeah,
and
and
uh,
the short films too. Short live action, short animation, short documentary. Like, come on.
exactly, and get better ones. Get like the stuntman category needs to be added there, and
Yes.
they bust their asses off, man, and they deserve that. And another one should be oh, I had it right here. I had it on the top of my head. They should have like a comedic performance or yeah, something better. Best superhero movie, best horror movie, something like that.
Ah.
You know,
So
related to that.
you're saying spice up the categories too.
Yeah, spice it up, make it relevant, make it good again. You
Yeah.
know, it's too archaic the way they do it.
I interviewed a few stunt people over the years, and it's they love the idea of Oscar category for them. Because they have a what Taurus Awards, I think that's for the
Hmm.
stunt. Yeah, so nobody pays attention to Taurus Awards. So, but uh, at the same time, it's hard because I think stunt is more of a team thing. Sometimes in a movie there could be more than a few stunts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then there'll be one stunt coordinator. So who do you give the Oscar credit to? You know what I'm saying? So that's the tricky part. There's a there you know there For example, that movie with Will Smith and Charlize Theron, where Will Smith is the superhero, for example.
Okay.
There's a stunt person for Charlie, stunt person for Will. And they're all under the umbrella of one stunt coordinator. I guess maybe the stunt coordinator will get the Oscar.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's it's tricky, but I do agree with you that we should recognize our stunt folks more than just the Taurus Awards. I think sometimes.
Yeah, definitely, and even a category for like Andy Circus, man, that guy.
Oh
It's
yes.
like, yeah, how as Caesar didn't even get nominated. Even his work as what's his name? I'm already forgetting. As what's his name? My precious. I don't watch Lord of the Rings. I'm not a
Oh,
fan.
Gollum, Gollum, Gollum. No,
Go.
yes. Okay. Yeah.
But that guy just,
Yeah.
what,
It's
what
Andy
the heck?
Serkis too. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other guy's good too. Who plays Doctor Doom in Fantastic Four? You interviewed
Oh,
him. Toby Kebbell?
I forgot. I forgot. But Toby Kebbell. Yeah. Yeah. Toby Kebbell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Toby
Yeah. Yeah.
Kebbell. Another. These guys deserve it too in these Oscars. They could be so much better. They need better heads up in Hollywood.
Well, here's the. No, you brought up a good question though, because the counter argument to that, I don't disagree with you. I'm on your side, but there aren't that many performance capture films in one year, or sometimes they're not. If there's performance capture, it'll be just like a secondary character, or in general in a movie. Rarely are the cases like Andy Serkis or Terry Notary, who plays Kong in Skull Island. Um,
Mhm.
or the gorilla guy from Rampage. So, do
Shape
they?
of Water.
Yeah, The Shape
Shape
of
of
Water.
Water.
So do you think they should have their own category, or they should be part of the best acting
I would
category
say
too?
best acting because I would add Andy Serkis as Caesar into that role. Like, why
Oh
did we Denzel? I'm sorry, Roman J.S. Israel. Denzel didn't need to be nominated for that. I'm
yeah,
saying that now. No, that was a terrible movie.
that was
It's a bad movie. Put Andy Serkis in there. You
yeah.
know, and there were so many other performances better than that. Oh, the Oscars just vexes me. It cheeses me. What's the word for it?
the whole mistake with Moonlight and La La Land was probably the most exciting in many years.
That was good. That was very exciting. That was the best thing.
All right, I want to ask you a few things about the some of the things you stardusted earlier. I mean, recently.
Hmm.
Wayne's World, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Classic.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa! It's such a classic, man. I love the 90s.
Yes.
I It's so this weekend the weather here is pretty bad.
Yeah. How is it?
It's an ice storm. We have a crazy ice storm.
Ooh.
So we can't really go out. Like the roads are, it's terrible out there. So I wanted to see a quiet place or Rampage, but that didn't happen. So what did I watched a few movies yesterday. I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling a '90s movie. I feel like a feel good movie, and what not better than some Party On Wayne? And
Yeah.
it's so I love it. The opening with Bohemian Rhapsody in the opening credits, Laura Flynn Boyle as a crazy girlfriend, Tia Carrere sexy with a capital AF. Uh,
Yes.
it's such a good movie. I just could watch it all. And Rob Lowe, Rob Lowe is so good in that. He's so good in that movie. And I've seen this Wayne's World about 50 times, but it's a movie that every time I watch it, it's like I'm watching it for the first time.
Yeah. And I agree with you. I agree with you. And I think what's that line from Rob Lowe in the movie? Cream of some young guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard cream of some young guy. Yeah, Wayne says that, and then after Rob Lowe goes to order on the phone, it's such a good movie. It's so good. The '90s are classics.
Oh my god! Which is why when I interviewed Tia Carrera not too long ago, I was geeking out in my heart. I was like, oh my god, this is Wayne's World, True Lies. You were a hottie.
She was so good, man.
So good, so good. So you said you want to talk about blockers? Let's talk about blockers. Why you liked it or what?
So I went into okay. So I'm a big fan of comedy. I
Of
love
course.
different types of comedy, and I love raunchy comedy. I love American Pie. I love Van Wilder,
You
Porky's.
like Game Night?
Game Night was good. I
Okay,
loved
okay,
Game Night.
okay.
So Blockers is a big fan of John Cena. I went into this and I'm like, you know what? This is gonna be good. I'm gonna be laughing the whole time. And it was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay. I mean, it was the performances were great. It had heart to it, but I wasn't like pissing myself laughing. Like I remember what was the last game night. I was actually laughing quite a few, like out loud. There was another movie that even Vacation. I know Vacation was dumped on with Ed Helms, but I was just cracking up the whole time. Dirty Grandpa was another, cracking up the whole time. I didn't get that with Blockers.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? it's okay. It wasn't too. I think that there hasn't been that much comedy lately that anything has been funny. I don't know.
No, no, you're right. You're right.
Remember the days of a lot of comedy? There's not much comedy.
Yeah, I think no, you're on point because to me, as far as blockers goes, it was John Cena that had me cracking up. The rest was just okay. There were times when I just chuckled, but the lengths to which John Cena is was willing to go, you know,
Yeah, yeah, with the tucked in shirt and the khaki shorts and everything.
and the butt thing with with the beer.
Yeah.
I guess I think to me a part of me was just maybe shocked, but at the same time I was also like, wow, admire the guy actually is willing to go there. Because I remember when John Cena was in 12 rounds and all these crappy action folks. Now he's found his home, in comedy. He's found his home since Trainwreck. So I just, that cracks me up. But you're right. It's not rolling on the floor type of comedy, at least for blockers. You're right. But
Yeah, and it hurts too when people hype things up in reviews too.
yeah,
It really hurts because a lot of times like Justice League. I was telling my buddy like his brother loves movies, so like yeah, Justice League is terrible. It's such horseshit, and I was just hyping it up of how bad it was. And then he went to go watch it, and he's like, "Oh, it was pretty good. It was pretty good." And another instant was like, "Oh, It Follows, great movie. This is awesome." And then he watched it, and he's like, "It was aight." So it's like when people talk about movies and overhype things, it really like screws with them when
yeah,
they watch the movie because they come up with these expectations or no expectations. So that's what I had with Blockers. So did it take away from the rating that I didn't laugh a lot? A
Mm.
little bit. So does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. So I guess I guess what's the word I'm looking for here? Phenomenon. I guess that there's no solution to the problem. Like if if you get your hopes up or expectations up, there's always room, that disappointments might happen. So there's no right solution to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So if
exactly.
people already told you, oh, it's gonna be awesome, it's gonna be awesome, and it's like you have this, oh, what you said it was gonna be awesome. This is what I'm getting now. It's like, so I don't know what the answer for that at all.
Yeah, it's true.
But as far as comedy goes, I know you mentioned that back in the day or years prior, there were plenty more, and they're more hysterical back then. I don't know. To me, it's a mixed bag. I mean, there were some Adam Sandler stuff that I liked, and there were some that I hated. There's one where that movie where he played an angry man. Jack Nicholson helped him out.
Oh, anger
Yeah,
management?
anger management. It was just okay. And then, of course, Waterboy cracked me up. So I'm not sure. Maybe you can clarify for me, like which like back in the day comedies, like what were you referring to?
So, all right, let's show you this right here, actually. So
American
right
Pie
here,
movies, of course, of course, American Pie movies. No,
so
no, no.
I actually have quite a bit here. So right here at the top,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you got the Blues Brothers.
Oh, so way back in the day, back in the
So
day.
80s, 90s. Okay, actually,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
top shelf I have it organized
Okay,
into decades. But okay, right here, Jay and Silent Bob,
of course.
The Wedding Singer, Encino Man, Mrs. Doubtfire, Dude, Where's My Car, Dumb and Dumber, Wayne's World 2, Clueless, Kingpin, Problem Child, High Fidelity. What else? Not Another Teen Movie, Saving Silverman, The Sandlot, Honey I Shrunk the Kids, Mr. Deeds, Hitch, Legally Blonde, Fever Pitch, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, Bruce Almighty, National Treasure, School of Rock, How to Lose a Cat in 10 Days, Wedding Crashers, Mean Girls. There's so many. They were the Hot Chick. Rob Schneider had a few of his funny movies
Yeah, yeah.
back in the mid
Good point.
2000s.
Good point.
13 going on 30, Meet the Parents. It was like every month there was a comedy, but now it's like four a year. You have Game Night and then Blockers. And when's the next comedy? And I'm not going to classify
I don't
Deadpool as
remember.
one.
Oh, Deadpool is not. Yeah, it's more like an action, right? Comedy action.
Yeah,
So it's not
like
the
I
same.
mean, just straight comedy, like Hangover type, Blockers type.
That's true. That's true. But this does bring up question though about how folks like Adam Sandler were big in the 80s, the 90s. I'm sorry, the 90s, right? We were there with him, and now he couldn't find audiences on the big screen or theatrical releases anymore. So he signed an agreement with Netflix, so he makes Netflix movies now. So I don't know. What do you think? Like people's people's taste in humor has evolved, or because I know in the 2000s, well, 2005s, I think, starting with Superbad, it was all Judd Apatow's. Remember, Judd Apatow produced or Judd Apatow directed. His clique is Seth Rogen. His clique includes Jonah Hill and Jason Segel. So Judd Apatow army, takes over after Adam Sandler in 2005 and on. But what's your thoughts about that?
So I think that's after that comedy kind of went downhill. So in the 2000s, you had all the raunchy comedies, American Pie and everything.
Yeah.
You had the Adam Sandler movies still making strong money, and then Judd Apatow started coming out. After Wedding Crashers, you had 40-Year-Old Virgin,
Yes.
Knocked Up, Super Bad, and then Funny People came,
Mm.
which I liked. I actually liked that movie, Funny People, and but that didn't do too well. So it seems that ever since that there hasn't, or ever since after The Hangover, pretty much The Hangover
Oh,
2,
yeah,
there
yeah.
hasn't been like a comedy that sticks out.
That's true.
Because are the 2010s a decade of comedy? No, I can't really pick a handful of comedies from the 2010s that made a lot of money
Yeah.
that were raunchy and funny.
Well, what do you think? Do you think I Feel Pretty next week? I haven't
Oh
seen it
yeah,
yet.
I don't know. I see that. I don't think I'm gonna watch that. I don't
Yeah.
have it on my watch list. I
I'm
think
not.
it's
I'm
just
not.
gonna be like another snatched type of thing. I don't know.
It doesn't look appealing to me. I'm sorry. No
No.
offense to Amy Schumer, I like her stand up, but that movie just like, oh.
Yeah, I don't. That's not. I will watch Super Troopers 2 because I loved the first one.
Yes.
The first one was funny, so I'll watch the. I'll watch the second one. I kind of actually watched the first one. Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard because Super Troopers 2, they had to actually do Kickstarter, fundraise. They give prizes to people who give funds to the project. I mean, when that happened, when that whole thing was happening, I was like confused. I was like, but the first one was such a hit. Why'd you guys have to kind of like do car wash or something just for just for the sequel? Go pitch it to the studio, and the studio will finance it. But apparently, maybe that it goes with our conversation. It's just it's hard for studios or to gamble or to invest in that kind of project these days. I don't know, right? I think that's my theory at least.
I think so. Yeah, because you don't. Yeah, it is like that because comedy was always out all the time, and now it's just thrown into like into family films, and then thrown into movies like Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah,
That's your comedy movies nowadays.
or action comedy like Deadpool.
Yeah,
Yeah, action. So it's
but
not
I would.
pure.
Yeah. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. So it's
Oh,
not
weird.
pure comedies. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, pure comedies or Ted, and Ted 2 are the only ones that I could think of for 2010s.
Forgot about that.
Get
Uh,
him to the Greek. That's it. But
that's
yeah,
it.
comedy, and I love comedy. It's crazy. Something's changing, and I wanted to touch up on this too.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Hit me.
okay, as a huge movie junkie too, Ready Player One. So a lot of my friends in my circle, they didn't have any interest in watching Ready Player One. Yeah. So, and these are guys who like Spielberg, grew up on the Goonies. So these guys, their take on the movie was just like, oh yeah, it just kind of looks like weird.
It just
So
looks weird.
yeah, it's like, oh, it just looks weird with like the computer, like with CGI and live action. It was just weird. So they're more general audience, I would say, where I'm more like the movie junkie. And you could tell that a lot of people agree with my friends just looking at the box office results.
You're
They're not
right.
terrible. It's grossed over 100, but they're not great. They're not nothing to write home about.
You're right. I think, and I don't know if we talked about this last time, but that's why a lot of studios would push more for international markets because international audiences. I don't want to put them down or belittle my people from my homeland, for example, but they're not as critical as domestic watchers. Like you said, your friends would say, that looks weird, that's too computery. uh International markets, they're like, movie, cool, I'll watch it. They're like that. So the studios always make more money outside the US. So I don't know, they might have something to do with that too. So I'm sorry, but yeah, go ahead. Just throw me
Yeah.
in there.
No, that makes sense what you're saying. It's just it bothers me sometimes when you see a movie that was so good
Yeah.
just do so poorly at the box office. And when we talk to people and we get their take on it, you're like, okay, so this is what the mass audience thinks of this movie. Not everyone thinks the same way we do.
Yeah.
We're so like we know movies, we like live and breathe it, you know?
Yeah. That's
So even Truth or Dare, how did that make money? How did that guy put that looks terrible.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I have to respect Jason Blum's business model. The fact that he does micro budget, because even Truth or Dare, I think it's only 3.5 million the budget.
Oh god.
Yeah, and then it made what, 19 million opening weekend. So it's pretty, businessman wise, entrepreneur wise, it's pretty clever.
Yeah, I was
But
just gonna say, he's like,
yeah,
there's gonna be an audience that's gonna pay 20 million on an opening weekend. So let me make a movie that they'll pay 20 million for 3.5, and everything else is gravy. That's smart.
yeah, and then some of them, the movies that he produced out there is like, okay, let's just get the stars with the biggest following, like Tyler Posey. They have millions of Instagram followers. Lucy Hale, the CW network guys. So be damn the storyline, be damn the quality, because people are gonna flock to the theater just for Lucy Hale. I think
Yeah.
so. As far as business goes, I know it kind of brings cinema quality down, but at the same time, as an entrepreneur, it's like, oh man, he's got it. He's got the shit.
Yeah, that's true. People are gonna pay for it, so.
Micro budget and then big profit. But you're right. I think the next movie should be, like Tyler said, charade.
Yeah. Yeah. He actually has he throws some pretty funny lines, Tyler. So shout out to Tyler Calvert here.
Go check out Tyler Calvert's YouTube channel, guys.
Yeah, go
I
check it out.
suggested hide and seek, but I forgot there's already hide and seek with Robert De Niro.
Oh yeah, from
Uh,
'05. I remember that one. Hide and Seek. I think it was '05. And Dakota Fanning, right?
yes, he was
Yes.
terrible. He was terrible.
Oh yeah, I remember that. There's another one. He Don't Say a Word. That's with Brittany Murphy,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, he had his like Michael Douglas horror movies from the 2000s.
Although I don't think they have made a movie Spin the Bottle. Bloomhouse, come on,
Ooh, ooh. But would that
yeah.
be a porn?
No, no. Here's the plot. Here's the plot. So if the bottle doesn't point at you, you live. If the bottle points at your direction, you die.
And it could be filmed by Steven Soderbergh on an iPhone 7.
I should pitch it to Bloomhouse, man. They'll pay me. Oh, oh my god. So sorry. Sometimes I crack myself up. So you haven't seen Rampage, right? That's what I understand.
No, I'm probably gonna
Okay.
watch it on Tuesday. But the box office numbers weren't that great for it. Like,
Yeah.
so is the Rock a draw? I mean, I know he's a draw, obviously, but it didn't make over 50 mil. You think a
No.
movie with that caliber
Well, he
is
calls
gonna gross
himself
that much?
the franchise Viagra. So maybe it needs to pop in the blue pills again. Maybe it's wearing out. The Viagra. He calls himself that. Franchise Viagra. That's what he calls himself.
He is
So.
though. He is.
But I don't know if you read the news lately that they found the director for that Fast and Furious spinoff with him and Jason Statham. So they hired this guy.
Oh, Deadpool 2 director
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
David Litch or no, or something. Yeah,
John
from
Wick, I
and
think he did John Wick.
the first John
Yeah.
Wick. Yes. Yeah, I heard Deadpool 2's getting the reactions right now aren't the best. Have you heard
Oh,
that?
aren't the best. Oh no! So they already test screening with the general audiences. Damn.
Yeah, they've been test screening and they haven't been liking a few things. So you don't know if this is all true or not. All different reports. But if it's from the internet, it must be true.
Yes. just like
uh,
just like WebMD.
just like WebMD, everything is cancer. But yeah, where was I going with this?
That's what you heard. The
What's
Deadpool
that?
2?
I just have a brain fart.
Deadpool 2 being crappy. Deadpool 2 being crappy, you said.
Yeah, Deadpool do
Yeah.
being crappy, and it got me worried a little bit. Like, oh no, did they rush into it? I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. Remember that Tim Miller and Ryan Reynolds parted ways?
Yeah, how? Why?
Creative differences? I was like, well, you know what? My theory is that sequels often get hurt by having too many characters, man.
Yeah.
so, so now when they're bringing Cable, they're bringing the character that Zazie plays. They're bringing, I don't know. That's what I'm worried about. I was like, how are they gonna do this? And then we still have the Nagasaki. I'm sorry, Negasonic, Teenage
Negasonic.
Warrior, and all these other
Yeah.
guys too. It's like, uh, so that could be one theory. Why it sucks. Um, Another theory might be they're trying to push for that X Force movie. So now the emphasis is more on Cable than Deadpool, and people
Hmm.
might not like that. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out of my ass here, assuming.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you
Well,
think that it could suck?
Uh, it could, and I heard that there's a lot of rumors going on too. There's actually a rumor. So this one was on April 1st. I don't know if you heard this source though,
Yeah,
but the reason why they're doing the reshoots for Dark Phoenix is so they could add it. They could have the MCU. Did you hear something like that?
that's probably April Fools, man.
It was. I think it was, but that's a lame April Fool joke. You know,
uh,
they could. I remember the best April Fool joke was Ryan Gosling, Walt. He had a poster of Walt. I'm like, oh, would look good. Um, that would that would look so cool. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't hurt it. I really hate when they keep doing reshoots so they can add something more to it.
I
It
okay. I don't know if we discussed it. Let's discuss it real quick before we part ways. I wanna because I think the rumor or April Fool's rumor about X-Men and MCU crossing over. Of course, it stems from the whole what Disney trying to buy Fox, right? Am I right? Okay, so um, as much as I love the idea of X-Men showing up in Marvel Cinematic Universe, I don't. I think if there's one Marvel property that 20th Century Fox is doing decent on is X-Men. Not Fantastic Four, not after the other ones. But anyway, I was like, this is what they at least do decent on. Now,
yeah.
if you bring in, Kevin Feige and all the other creative control, I was like, I don't know if it's gonna change the dynamic in X Men to the point, to a format that I won't like. I don't know. Do you get where I'm getting? It
Yeah, it's
might
like
change.
too many cooks in the kitchen type of
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. There you go.
Yeah. Too many ideas bouncing off the wall again, and it's gonna turn into like a Gotham situation, you know. But no, you're absolutely right though. Um, See, I like the X-Men movies. They mess with the timelines a little
Oh
bit, and make it
yes.
confusing. I hate that. It's so annoying. Like these, I love Days in Future Past, but like, okay, how do they come back after the Last Stand? Like, I want to know things. But yeah, but they had that one person just it was just Brian Singer's idea,
Yeah.
and
And Simon Kinberg. I think that's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
an idea, and that was it. So if you have more than multiple, it's like a movie. If a movie has more than three or four writers, trouble's gonna be brewing.
Yeah, and
If,
I think MCU movies have their own tone, have their own, even though they have different visionary directors, for each installment, except if you're Russo brothers, you get hired all the time. But
yeah,
and X Men has their own thing. Mash it up together. I don't know. I can't visualize how that would work. And also Deadpool under Disney. That I don't know. I don't know how that'll work either, because it's rated R. So yeah, I'm not too sold on the whole Disney buying out Fox just yet, and I'm glad it's not finalized yet. It's not official yet. So yeah, those are just my thoughts. I'm really concerned.
hmm. Yeah, it's pretty concerning. So what do you got going on this week in
Ah,
terms of screenings and everything? I'm
yeah,
always
yeah, yeah,
excited.
yeah, yeah, yeah. This is actually a good way to end it on this note. I am interviewing. Let's see. I'm doing a red carpet for some meeting. I'm interviewing Chich Marine and Tommy Chong. Yep, dude, because I have a 40th anniversary of Up in Smoke. Oh, you have Up in
Yeah,
Smoke?
I looking for the DVD right now.
Yeah.
It's somewhere here.
Woo!
Yeah, it's there somewhere. I have the movie. It's the first two.
So
That's so awesome.
if only we in California here are more liberal than people think we are, because there's too many restrictions out here too. Uh, but if in another world, I would show up on the red carpet like, hey, let's go and teach.
So you can't do that though?
Huh?
With the laws won't let you do that?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm brave enough to take that risk, but that would be funny though. That'd be funny if I interview Chich and then we, exchange. So let me grab
I
that.
could just see the clip, your little logo Rama screen, but it's all green and it's not the logo and it's like puffing smoke. That's awesome, man.
But what I do hope to happen though, because it's happening tomorrow, is that because it's a up in smoke green carpet. They have a green carpet, so it's not red carpet.
That's awesome.
Now I don't know. I'm sure that when you go to concerts, you sometimes smell weed up in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least if they could have that scent, at least at that event, it doesn't have to be actual smoke, but that whatever. I'm looking forward to the decoration, how they're gonna deck up the whole green carpet. It's gonna be fun. I'm doing it tomorrow.
Are they gonna screen the movie as well?
I believe so, but they already gave me the Blu-ray, so I'm not gonna stay for the screening. But I believe so, and then the Q&A. So,
That's so awesome. Oh my god.
but yeah, that's what's happening for me this week.
Wow. And are Super Troopers 2 as well?
Yeah, just the screening. I missed out on the junket, but it's okay. I know I'm beating myself up over that, but just the screening. I'm gonna be watching it as well. I love the first movie. I love what do you call it? Spit in the burger scene. Um, what was that? They got pulled over.
Oh yeah, how
Yeah,
fast were you
yeah.
going?
As you were going,
63? Oh yeah, 60, 63. Yeah,
and
Jay Chaskinagar. He's so funny, that guy.
and
Where,
and the freakish Swedish tourist, right? Where
yeah.
they're trying to get freak on the bed.
Yeah, I might actually rewatch that now. I don't have that though. I don't have that movie. Shocking. It's on Netflix though.
They call themselves the Broken Lizard.
Broken
Yeah.
Lizard.
So that's their Monty Python. That's their little like Broken Lizard. I love Beer Fest. I don't know if you saw Beer
Oh, I
Fest.
love Beer Fest. Yes. I wish they made Weed Fest after. Yeah, because at the end that would have been
Oh.
so good.
Well, now that it's legalized in California, yeah, they definitely should. And then there's another one that they did. They had a vacation on this island.
Oh,
Dread.
Club Dread.
Yes.
Yeah, Club Dread. Yes. It was a stupid, funny movie though. I liked it. A good stoner comedy.
Oh my god. Oh, well, well. Anyway, brother, I don't want to keep you too long. I know that the Walking Dead season finale is on tonight, so I gotta do the whole video spiel again.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in with me as always, brother.
Thanks
And
for having me, man. This is fun.
yep, and we'll reunite for episode 3, the return of Jason and Rama.
Okay. We'll probably discuss Infinity War. Oh, booyah!